Welcome to WebFit News. Today, we're cutting through the noise surrounding the Ministerial Advisory Group for victims of retail crime. The true story is about tangible progress, not political turmoil. At WebFit News, our perspective is clear. We prioritize outcomes over outrage and substance over sensational headlines. When public debate fixates on internal disagreements, the most important question gets lost. Is anything actually changing for people on the ground? For small retailers and frontline workers, retail crime is not an abstract policy debate. It's about safety, dignity, and the ability to operate without fear. Recent headlines have focused on the resignations of 3 members from the advisory group, suggesting failure and dysfunction. This media frenzy risks missing the core work the group has already accomplished. Justice Minister Paul Goldsmith publicly rejected the claims of a crisis, stating the situation is overblown and that departing members moved into other senior roles or stepped back due to differing views. The advisory group was created in response to a genuine crisis, the surge of ram raids and violent assaults that left retailers feeling abandoned. The group's mandate was to be direct, forceful, and grounded in the frontline reality of this extreme violence. This mandate inevitably brought strong opinions and, at times, sharp disagreement, which was to be expected. From the government's perspective, the intensity and willingness of the group to push hard was not a flaw. It was precisely the point of the group. While the public debate focused on internal dynamics, the group's substantive contributions have moved quietly through the legislative process. The group's work has directly informed proposals now before Parliament and under Select Committee scrutiny. These proposals aim to strengthen consequences for repeat offenders, improve protections for frontline retail workers, and close legal gaps for habitual offenders. Critically, data already shows a meaningful reduction in ram raids from their peak, with police and industry agreeing that tougher settings are changing behavior. Critics argue that internal tension undermines the group, but those involved strongly dispute this, stating disagreement in high-stakes reform is inevitable. When dealing with such a complex and urgent issue, internal disagreements are part of the process, especially when challenging entrenched positions. The goal was never consensus, it was representation and urgency. The group's value was its willingness to push hard and speak plainly. The true measure of success for the advisory group, which is nearing the end of its current term, must be based on outcomes, not noise. The real test is simple. Do shop workers feel safer? Are repeat offenders facing real consequences? Is the system taking retail crime seriously? Retail crime reform has shifted from rhetoric to action because uncomfortable conversations were had and victims were put at the center of policy. That is reform,